Yeah, so in this video, we will discuss about identification of the terms which are not constants in the given algebraic expressions and also numerical coefficients. So we will discuss about those. First, I will write the question on that. So the question is like this: identify identify in the following expressions in the following expressions terms which are not constants terms which are not constants and give their numerical coefficient. Numerical coefficient. I will write an example. So xy plus 4. So this is an expression. In this expression, we have to identify term that is not constant. Okay? We have to identify the term that is not constant, and after identifying, we have to write the numerical coefficient of that term. First, I will write here term which is not constant. Which is not constant, and after writing term here, we have to write the corresponding numerical coefficient here. Okay, so that is the question. Identify in the following expression. Andre here expressions is there, still there are many expressions given, so I have written one. After solving this, I will show other one. Like that, one by one I will explain. So in the following expressions, so here one expression given. Identify, what we have to identify? Terms which are not constants. I have written here term which is not constant, give their numerical coefficient. After writing the term which is not constant, so we have to write the numerical coefficient of this here. Okay, so that is the question. First I will solve one, so you will understand. The first, see this term which is not constant. See, first of all, constant is, it is a number. Constant means its value won't change according to the time. For example, if it is separately 5, it's a constant. 5 is a constant, that is a just number. Along with 5, if I write like a z, no, that is not constant. When I say constant, only number should be there. With that number, any other variable should not be there. Only number is there, that is constant. Along with number, if any variable is there, here z is there. Instead of z, if you have a, b, c, d or x, whatever, then this is not constant. just 2 minutes. I will be back in within 2 minutes. Yeah, I am back. Yeah, we are talking about constant and terms which is not constant. See, if only z variable, if only number, that is constant, but constant along with variable, then that is not constant. Okay, you got it right? If there is only 5, then that is constant. Along with 5 any variable, then that is not constant. Similarly, that is not constant, and only one variable, that is variable only, that is not constant. If two variables, like for example x and p, so x also variable, p also variable, so xp will become one term, that is also a term, that is not constant. So both are variables, so it cannot be constant. You got it right? Now see here, they are telling term. So remember, terms are always separated by plus or minus. Okay. So here 1 plus is there. So this plus separates this term and this term. Terms are separated by plus or minus sign. Here plus sign is there, that is only one sign. So terms are separated by plus or minus, I said. Here minus is not there, plus is there. So terms are separated by plus sign means, so this is one term, this is another term. Because between this and this, one plus sign is there. So this is one term, this is other term, second term. Now we want a term which is not constant. See, well, first to see this, it is number 4. Okay, I already said if there is only one number, then that is constant. Okay, with that number any variable, then that is not constant. Okay, so there are, we want term, so this one term, this another term, so here only number is there, this is constant. Okay, so what we want is a term which is not constant. We have to write the term which is not constant. Now this is constant. Okay, this is constant, so we don't want this, we no need to write here. Here come here, Here there is no number at all. There is no number. Since there is no number, x also variable, y also variable. There is no number. There is no number means no constant. So both are variables only. So what we want? Term which is not constant. So xy is the term which is not constant, because there is no any number there. Is there any number? No. Only variables x and y are there. So this is the term which is not constant. So you have to write here. So term you have to write which is not constant, that is xy. Okay. Next, numerical coefficient you have to write. Numerical coefficient means, see, to write here, I mean to a term which is not constant, if you want to identify, you have to see here, you have to see this. But if you want to find numerical coefficient, you have to see this. Okay. So numerical coefficient means we have to write the numerical coefficient of what? Numerical coefficient of this xy. So numerical coefficient means that is a number present in this term. So xy is the term. Is there any term? So whatever the number that is present here, okay, that you have to write here. So the number present along with xy is the numerical coefficient. So here see, just xy is there, here nothing is there means 1 is there. Okay, because see, 1 into xy is equal to xy only. So xy can be written as 1xy. xy is same as 1xy. So here nothing is there means 1 is there. So the number present in this term is 1. So this is the numerical coefficient of this term xy. So numerical coefficient is this 1 right here. Next, second one here. Another expression was given is 13 minus y square. Okay. Remember, whenever you write the term here, a sign also important. Here just xy is there, here nothing is there means plus is there. So plus means if you don't write plus also no problem, that is understood, plus is there. In case of plus, if you don't write also no problem. For example, here just 1 is there, so nothing is there means plus is there, that's no problem. So when will the problem? When there is a minus, so you have to write that minus. If there is a plus, if you don't write that plus also no problem, because nothing is there means plus is there. Here also in front of xy plus is there. Okay, problem is when there is minus sign. Okay, but while writing the term here which is not constant, so you have to write the sign also. But here I did not write plus, because plus if you don't write also no problem, that is understood, plus is there, so that's why I did not write. Okay. Next we will see this. So see this term which is not constant. Here we have to identify term which is not constant. I said terms are separated by the plus or minus sign. Here plus sign is not there, but minus sign is there. Since this minus sign separates the terms, so this is one term. This is Okay, this is one term, this is another term. There are two terms that are there. So we want a term which is not constant. Consider this first. See, that is just a number. 13 is a number. So with that number there is no any other variables like x, z and x, z. So only number. When there is only number, that is a constant. But we want a term which is not constant. Okay, we will see this. You have to see the minus also. Minus y square. Okay. So y is the variable, correct? Y is the variable. There is no any other number here. There is no any other number here. So variable is there. So here variable y is there. There is no number, any constant. So this is the term which is not constant. Okay, but here while writing here you have to write this minus also. So term which is not constant is minus y square. Okay. Next, numerical coefficient. We have to write the numerical coefficient here. So for this here you have written term which is not constant, right? So you have to write numerical coefficient of this term. You have to write here. So numerical coefficient means number that is present along with this variable y square. So for that, see here nothing is there means 1 is there. Nothing is there means 1 is there. Okay. So number present along with this variable y square is the numerical coefficient. So nothing is there means 1 is there. So that you have to write. But here the point is very important. While writing numerical coefficient, you have to consider the sign also, minus. So minus 1. Got it right? So in this second expression, the term which is not constant is minus y square, and this one minus y square. So numerical coefficient of this minus y square is minus 1. Minus 1, so that I have written here. Okay. This is for first expression, this is for second expression. Okay, next I will take a third example. Third example is this 30 minus y plus 5y square plus 5y square. So third one. So here we have to identify term which is not constant. So this is the expression. This is the expression, algebraic expression, because variables y is present. Variable y, constants, and along with the plus minus sign. So all these things are present. This is in general we can call this as an expression. So we are mainly focusing on term which is not constant. Okay. See, in some expressions there will be only one term which is not constant, but in some cases there can be two terms or three terms which are not constants. Okay, we'll first identify a term which is not constant. So I said terms are separated by plus or minus sign. Here 1 plus is there. So one sign will separate two terms. So this is one term, this is another term. But again minus also there. Minus separates two terms. This is one term, so this is another term. Minus separates this and this. So this and this are terms. Again plus separates this and this. This and this are terms. So now how many terms are there? 3. This is one term, this is second term, this is third term. So 3 terms are there. So we will see this first term. So 13. 13 means it is a single number. There is no any variable present like x, y along with this 13. So that is just a number. So 13 is a constant. I already said only just if it is just a number, that is constant. Okay. But you come here, your variable is there. Okay. Variable is there. Only if there is just a number, only one number, then only constant. If it is not just a number, along with number any variable or just variable, then that is the term which is not constant. So here variable is there. So since it is a variable, so that is the term which is not constant. So I will write this y, but along with y this sign also important, minus. Next comma. Next, so second term is done. We will come to third term. So it is also just, it is not just a number. If there is single number, then that is a constant. Here number is there, but along with number variable also there. Along with number variable is there, so this is not constant. We got it right. Only one, only single number constant. If along with single number any variable, then that is not constant. So along with number variable is there. So this is also a term which is not constant. So I will write this also, 5y square. I said we have to write a sign also plus, but if I don't write plus also no problem. Okay. See here nothing is there means plus is there. That is understood. Okay. So in case of plus, if you don't write also no problem. But when it comes to minus, you should write, you should mention like this, minus y. That's all. So there are two terms here. In this, there are two terms, minus y and 5y square. So these two are the terms which are not constants. Okay. Now, numerical coefficient. So here we have to write numerical coefficient of this and numerical coefficient of this. First I will take this. So numerical coefficient means number that is present along with the variable y. Okay. So here nothing, no number means 1 is there. Okay, 1 I will write, but along with 1 minus sign also important, so minus 1. Okay, so numerical coefficient of this minus y, this minus y is minus 1. Next come to this 5y square. So numerical coefficient is the number present along with the variable y square. So what is that number? 5. So write 5 here. Okay. So 5 is the numerical coefficient of this 5y square. Okay. So that is done. Next we'll see fourth example. Fourth example, 4p square q minus 3p q square plus 5. So fourth I will write here. So I said terms are separated by the plus or minus sign. If you take this is 1 plus sign, so 1 plus separates two terms. This is one term, this is another term. This is minus sign, 1 minus sign separates two terms. It separates this term and this term. So now there are three terms. This is one term, this is second, this is third. Three terms are there. So I will consider this. So we want a term which is not constant. If there is only just number, that is constant. Here along with the number 4 variables are there. P is there, Q is there. Because of variables P and Q, this entire thing is a term which is not constant. So write it here. 4P square Q. 4P square Q is the term which is not constant. Next, check this other term. If there is only 3, if there is only number 3, then that is constant. But along with the 3, variables P and Q are there. So because of that, this is not constant. So this is another term which is not constant. So write 3PQ square. But I said sign also important, minus you have to write. If it is plus, if you don't write also no problem. But minus means you should write minus. Otherwise it will become wrong. Okay. Next. Numerical coefficients. So we have written here, these are the terms, this and this, which are not constants. So now you have to write numerical coefficient of this and this. So I said numerical coefficient means what? The number that is present along with the variables P square Q. Okay. See, so this is the number 4 that is present along with the variables P and Q or P square Q. So this number 4 will be the numerical coefficient. So you have to write here 4. Next here. So the number present along with the variables P, Q square will be the numerical coefficient. Here it is number 3. But you have to consider sign also minus. So minus 3 is the numerical coefficient. You write here. Okay. So minus 3 is the numerical coefficient of this term. Minus 3 PQ square. Okay. So numerical coefficient of minus 3 PQ square is minus 3. So like that you have to write. Okay. Now next we will move on to other topic. Okay. So I will just take a short break, like 4 or 5 or 6 minutes. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. We'll, I will take fifth example. Uh, so fifth example is like this. Hmm. 6 into 6xyz minus 56 into z square q. Okay. See here, here what students usually confuse. Okay. So here, so we want a term which is not constant. First term, how many terms are there that you identify? So I said terms are separated by the plus or minus sign is there. Okay, but here some student may confuse. This is one term, this is another term because this is other term. There are three terms. Some student will confuse. That is not right because here into is there. If plus is there, then plus separates this and this as two terms. But because of into, okay, this entire thing is one term. So now this minus, either plus or minus separates the terms. Here plus is not there. Only one minus is there. So it separates this as in one term and this as another term. There are only two terms. So if we'll consider the first term, if there is only one single number, then that is constant. But number 6 is there, but is not, that is not single number. Along with the number 6, variables are there, x, y, z. So this is the term which is not constant. So I will write here 6xyz. Next comma. Next year 56 is there. I mean minus 56 is there. But if there is only one number minus 56, then that is constant. But along with minus 56 we have variable. Okay, into, even if into is there, that is entire term is there, along with minus 56 variables are there, z square and q. So this is also term that is not constant. So I will write the term minus 56 z square q. Here if you don't write into also no problem. That is understood, here into is there. Okay. Minus 56 into z square q is same as minus 56 z square q. This and this are same. Even if you don't write into also no problem. Okay. Next, numerical coefficient. Consider this. The number present along with the variables x, y, z is the numerical coefficient. So that number is 6. So 6 I will write. 6 is the numerical coefficient of this. Next, consider this. So the number present along with the variables z square and q is the numerical coefficient. So the number that is present along with the variables z square and q is minus 56. You have to consider minus also. So minus 56 is the numerical coefficient. I will write here. So minus 56 is the numerical coefficient of this term. Okay. Hey, thank you. Subscribe.